Hi, love. I don't know your name, but I know something about your heart right now. I know the sharpness of the pain you're feeling, how it burns one minute and numbs the next. I know the way you keep thinking, this can't be real, only to remember again and again. It is. He really did it. He lied. He touched someone else. He betrayed everything you built together. I know because I've been there. 4 years ago, I was sitting on my bathroom floor at 2 a.m., phone in my hand, unable to stop scrolling through texts I should never have seen. Their secret jokes, her photos, his photos, all of it. The intimacy that wasn't mine. I felt like someone had taken a wrecking ball to my chest. And maybe that's where you are now, in that stunned, sickening place where the ground has disappeared beneath your feet. So I'm writing this because if I could hold your hand through this moment, I would. If I could whisper into your ear when everything feels broken beyond repair, I'd say this. You will survive this, and not just survive, you will rise. Yes, you. Even if you're crying in the car every morning before work, even if you can't eat, even if your self-worth is shattered and you're wondering if you were ever enough. Let me tell you a bit about what came after that awful night. I didn't grow wings overnight. I didn't move on in 30 days. I unraveled. I screamed. I blamed myself. I stared at photos of her in social media for hours, trying to understand what made her more desirable than me. I tortured myself. Maybe you're doing that too. But here's what I learned, and I want you to hear this. His betrayal says absolutely nothing about your worth. Read that again. His choices reflect his wounds, his cowardice, his avoidance, not your beauty, your value, your strength, or your lovability. I didn't believe that at first. I thought if I'd been prettier, thinner, more adventurous, less tired, more spontaneous, then maybe he wouldn't have strayed. But you know what? The truth is, even perfect women get cheated on. Beyoncé got cheated on. Princess Diana got cheated on. This is not about you being not enough. It's about him not being enough to meet the moment with integrity. And here's the miracle I never expected. That betrayal cracked open something in me that had long been buried. Because underneath the pain was a quiet truth I had ignored for years. I had been living small. I had been twisting myself into shapes to be pleasing. I had been tolerating crumbs and calling it love. Infidelity didn't create the cracks in my marriage. It revealed them, loudly. And yes, it shattered me, but do you know what came next? Rebirth. Not the Hollywood kind. Not an I cut my hair and traveled to Bali kind, though honestly, the haircut did happen. But a slow, steady return to myself. I began therapy. I started journaling every single day, even if I just wrote, I hate this 10 times. I reached out to women who had been through it. Some stayed in their marriages and rebuilt. Others, like me, eventually chose to leave. Every story was different, but all of them taught me one thing. This pain is survivable, and it's not the end. If anything, it was the beginning. I began saying no to things that drained me. I took walks without telling anyone where I was going. I reconnected with my old self. The woman I had been before kids, before marriage, before the compromises that became silences. One day, I caught my reflection, and for the first time in ages, I didn't look tired or hollow. I looked alive. Not like someone pretending to be okay, but like someone actually beginning to feel okay. I want to give you something that helped me when I was still deep in the grief. I made a little mantra for myself. It was simple. This pain will not be the shape of my life. Repeat that with me if you can. Whisper it when your heart is pounding at 3 a.m. Say it when you pass a couple holding hands and feel like sobbing. Write it on your bathroom mirror. Because it's true. This pain will shape you. Yes, but it does not define you. It will not always feel like this. You will laugh again, not the polite kind, the real throw your head back laugh that shakes loose the sadness. You will feel desire again, not because you need validation, but because your body belongs to you, and pleasure is your birthright. You will feel peace, the kind that isn't dependent on anyone else's loyalty, because it lives inside your own wholeness. And you know what's wild? One day, this story, this exact heartbreak, will become the reason you are so damn strong. Not hardened, not bitter, but clear. Clear about your worth, clear about your boundaries, clear about what real love looks like. You may not believe me now, and that's okay. You don't have to. I'll hold that belief for you until you're ready. Because I promise you, one day you'll be the one writing a letter like this. You'll meet someone else who's just discovered their whole world isn't what they thought. And you'll sit next to them, and your eyes will soften, and you'll say, I know. I really, really know. And then you'll smile because you'll realize you're not just a woman who was betrayed. You're a woman who rose. So take it moment by moment. If you can't shower today, brush your teeth. If you can't eat dinner, drink a smoothie. Keep breathing. Keep showing up for yourself in the smallest of ways. And please, do not measure your healing by how quickly you can forgive or forget or move on. Measure it by how tenderly you begin treating yourself. Measure it by the strength it takes to feel and not run. Measure it by how fiercely you protect your peace from now on. I'm proud of you already. Not because you figured it all out, but because you're here, listening to this, still standing, still hoping, still open to the idea that maybe, just maybe, your best days are still ahead. Because, love, they are. With all my heart, from a woman who once thought she'd never be okay again, and now is more than okay, she's radiant. There are other women like me who've been through betrayal and come out stronger. If you need hope, if you need company, listen to our letters. We're here, we made it through, and so will you.